Well, this is what they talk about when they talk about timing with a certain human being. Like they have chemistry. Timing and chemistry come up because guys that have natural chemistry together, like your Steamboats and Flairs, where they never miss a beat, they knew what each one was thinking at all times. That's just that comes with sometimes. Like you can have one match with a guy, and you have that instant chemistry where you just know that, oh, tonight's going to be a good night. This is going to be an easy night. And then there's other times where you don't trust guys, and it's kind of, you can still make it great. It's not that you can't make it great. So a lot of guys will think like, oh, well, then if I have to work someone new, then, what am I supposed to do? Is it going to suck anyways? Or no, it's just once you get to know somebody and know how they move and how they go into things, and you can eventually trust them. I never trust a guy right off the start. If someone tells me they're going to give me a pile driver, I'm not typically the one to say no, but in some cases, like with moves like that, yes, I'm going to say no, thank you. We can get to this ending some other way. Because I just don't know. But once I'm in the ring with that person and they give me a body slam and a drop kick and it's light and airy, I might even change on the fly and I'm like, let's do the pile driver. I'm good with the pile driver. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. It's just because you don't know. You just don't know. And especially nowadays, because there's way more guys. They let everybody and their grandmas and their kids and their, step kids and all that stuff, they've let into the business. So everybody's in the business because you're trying to make business by opening up the business to everybody. So it's exposed more and more all the time. So you have this plethora of wrestlers. You don't know who's trained well and who's not trained well until you actually get in there and lock it up with them. And so sometimes it's best to be cautious, but yet still commit 100% to what you're doing. You just got to be very selective of what you're doing and what you're taking and how you're getting into things. If I know, I do it sometimes, and it's a problem because I try to give too much. I had one kid in Newfoundland, very eager to work with me, and so I came to the Rock. I was there in Newfoundland, and we had this match. And I was planning it all out, and he showed up late. He was with his girlfriend and showed up late. And he was nervous, but then instead of just saying it, he was nervous and talking it through with me a couple of times. He just we went over it maybe twice, and we went out there, and he was so anxious and so nervous and so tight that he lost his wind. And he's a skinny little guy. He lost his wind after 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then I just try to keep giving him more stuff. But looking back at the tape, I'm like, God damn it. It just makes me look real bad trying to make this kid look good. I should have just beat the ever-living tar out of him and just called it a day. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with kind of eating a guy up, maybe giving him a little bit and hoping for the best. But not everything has to be a friggin' 5-star classic match where it's back and forth. You can get a lot more out of just heel work or just plain selling and just have a storyline come up later on through whatever promotion or whatever your story you're trying to tell. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, the Dave Meltzer thing, I'm not a fan of Dave Meltzer, as everybody knows. This 5-star doing 5-star matches and 4-star matches is complete and utter bullshit. And one of the, I hate the 5-star rating because now guys are just out there for themselves and just trying to have 5-star matches instead of being what they're supposed to be. And that's respecting where they are in the card, being either first match or the one before intermission or one after intermission, because every single one of those matches is very, very important and is a different It's a different style and a different way of going into things. It's not your main event match, but it's certainly very much as important as your main event match that you're leading up to. But instead of following the rules and the guidelines given to them in the ways of how matches should go on, they try to steal the show, and they try to have a main event match off the first match or the one before intermission or even the one after intermission, which is so stupid. And it's like, you're no longer about professional wrestling. You're not in it for the love of wrestling. You're in it for the love of yourself and to get yourself over. And I can't have any of that because I'm passionate about wrestling first, your own nonsense second. And like this 5-star thing, if it was never around, it would be a better world for movies, better world for wrestling, better world in general, if there wasn't some kind of structured senses of how things were supposed to go, which is my rant of the day.